All right, everybody, here at the Pebble Beach Concours for the very, very hotly anticipated wedge-shaped and early prototypes class. And in front of me is one of the most dramatic wedge-shaped cars of all time. It's the Ferrari Modulo, and this was built on a Competizione 512S chassis. On top of that, this ultra dramatic road going concept body was affixed on top of it, and it is a wild road car, believe it or not, that was purchased. Its first owner, Jim Klickenhaus, bought it from Pininfarina and got it running back on the road. Well done. It's so wild. Really enjoying that shape for our first wedge car here at Pebble Beach. Then we're going to move on to the earliest car here in the class. It's the 1955 Ghia Streamline X, and this is a wild one. I'm not sure if we can tell here from these angles, but the rear fin, it starts at the back of the car, and then the line goes all the way through to the hood to the front of the car. It is an amazing, amazing car. It's powered by a gas turbine engine. It has a tiny little cockpit, fastback design. Really blowing me away that in 1955 they had a car that was so forward thinking. Now, before I go too much further, I want to talk about what made these cars possible, and that really is rear engine propulsion. It just let the nose of these cars be low, and it really paved the way for wedge-shaped cars. So in front of me now is the 1970 Mercedes-Benz C111/2. This was part of a series of prototype cars that Mercedes-Benz used to try out new ideas and new engines in their upcoming sports cars. And this one is pretty wild. It has a rotary engine in the back, which was never really adopted to series production. One of the cars we've seen here in the past is one of these, and I think it's called the C112, and it has a V8. Another very cool wedge-shaped car here at Pebble Beach is the BMW Turbo Concept from 1972. This uses a turbocharged version of the 2002 four-cylinder engine. Now a car I've never seen, it's the 1976 Ferrari Rainbow Bertone Coupe. Supposedly this car was stuck in the Panama Canal just a few days before the concours, and here it is at Pebble Beach with the most unusual lines. There's Marcel Mancini in the back there getting the shot of the engine. I think it's based on a Ferrari 308 GT4. Very angular lines for a Ferrari. Moving right along, we have the 1960 Plymouth XNR Roadster, Virgil Exner designed, dramatic concept car with this absolutely wild line that runs down the hood and up into the cockpit glass. The theme is extended to the rear fin and the rear bumper. Have a look at that. Isn't that wild? So here we have the Corvette Aerovette. This is a spectacular transverse mounted V8 prototype. Gullwing doors. Wow. Look at the interior in there.
Yeah.
What a beautiful Corvette. So interesting now how just in recent times Corvette went mid-engine, but these cars really paved the way for that line of thinking. And here we are, a more production-based car, this being the Lamborghini Countach. This is one of the very first ones from 1975. Now here's an unusual one. It's a Lancia with a custom Ghia bodied. It's a 1.6 liter car. Yeah. Retractable wing. Wow, that was forward thinking. I think this car is exceedingly original. Okay, so another hotly anticipated car here for Pebble Beach is the Lancia Stratos Zero, made for Scuderia Lancia. Yeah, I think it's the most dramatic wedge-shaped car of all time. Wow. Getting a lot of attention today here at Pebble Beach.
That's out here still. Have you seen the white one with all the like cans?
Hi, John.
It's pretty recognizable. You'll see like a white Porsche with like.
So this really motivated the later Lancia Stratos sports car that eventually went into Group B racing. Good morning, Cam. You having fun? And on we go to the 1956 Cannara Roadster, 1966. So this is a one-of fiberglass special. And it has such a great look and design. Going from 1966 to much more modern times with this Vector W8 Turbo. I think there's about 20 of these in the world. Look at that V8 in there. Twin turbo V8. And the interior here is inspired by a lot of aviation. You can see the aviation buttons and screen in here. Wow, what a display of wedge-shaped cars here at Pebble Beach. Really blowing me away. Now we move on to Class V2, which is the same class, just later production. And in front of me is the Pininfarina Honda HPX Concept. I saw this car get loaded in yesterday. It's a non-functional car. You cannot get in it. It does not steer. So I was quite disappointed to learn that this really isn't a functional car, but it's such a radical design and really paved the way for the NSX. And also I should mention, it's Honda's first concept car. Next to it, the Lotec C1000, the fastest car built in its day. It was custom commissioned by Mercedes and Lotec to kind of be a road-going Sauber Group C car. This has a 1,000 horsepower V8 twin turbo. Let's have a look. Tech Art steering wheel, Lotec gauges. There it is, that 1,000 horsepower engine in there. Rumored to be made for $2.2 million in today's money. So good to see it here at Pebble. Moving right along, we have the Carmen Ace of Spades prototype, hardline wedge-shaped prototype. Wow, look at the controls in there. Love these wheels. So yeah, this is a concept car from 1973, and you can really see where the Sirocco lines came from. Now this is next to a concept car that was made just a few years ago based on the same lines. It's also called the Ace of Spades. So a wonderful combo here today at Pebble Beach. This is an Italdesign combo. Next, I think it's the most modern car in this class, the Ken Okuyama Kode0. What an awesome take on the hardline wedge-shaped design. There he is behind the car. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, it's Lamborghini based. Wild. Getting down to the last three cars here. We're looking at a Cizeta B16T that was really an interesting, kind of Italian-inspired supercar that was financed by Giorgio-Moroder. This was his personal car. It was the prototype of the series. And hopefully we can sneak in and have a look at this transverse V16. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow, that is quite a feat of engineering. I'm blown away. Wow, so that makes the car exceptionally wide.
Oh, there's plenty. Actually, let me just get.
Next up, a car I've wanted to see for a really long time. It's the Aston Martin Bulldog prototype. This is a one-of car that was built as a design proposal for a limited series of Aston Martin supercars that were V8 twin turbo powered. Look at these gull-wing doors. They completely encapsulate the sill, so when they're open, you got nothing but seat right there. This was restored by CMC in England, over 7,000 hours. And it really shows, it's so nice. See the controls in there. Love the brown interior. And there it is. So that's the Aston Martin V8 engine, but with twin turbo. So after it was completed, CMC and its owner wanted to prove the capability of this car, because when it was released, they were aiming to make a 200-mile-an-hour supercar. And what they did was they went out on the track and they took it back up to 200 miles an hour and they proved the capabilities of this car. And the last wedge-shaped car here at Pebble Beach is the 1979 Ford Probe 1 by Ghia. All right, everybody, that does it for my full tour of the wedge cars here at Pebble Beach. Thanks for watching. I'd like to know what you think in the comments below. And that's it for this video. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.